rich, let's get famous. Baby, let's get rich, let's get famous. Yeah.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be reviewing the last episode of Baddies ATL, the reunion part 2, and let's just say this whole show is ass and I'm glad it's over. But let's get into it. Okay, so the episode starts off with the host talking about they want everybody to get a chance to talk. Like, we can't be talking over each other. We all gotta, like, be organized to keep it going. Then Jason welcomes Mehgan to the stage. Then the host goes on to talk about how the beef with Judy and Sydney is kind of, like, fake and it's draining. I feel like it's real, but they're dragging it for their camera. Like, y'all like each other. Like, it's obvious. Like, shut up. That's when Jason's like, oh, we need to talk about real beef, Christina versus Natalie. And I agree with that, like, come on, because they're so sorry. So then Jason asks Christina, like, how did the beef with her and Natalie start? And then she was like, well, like, she didn't, I felt like she was nervous. I don't know, like, she didn't say anything. That's when Jason was like, oh, cat got your tongue. Let's look at the clips. So the clips start off with the argument, the makeup, then, like, the fight in the room, like, you know that. So basically, Christina then says, like, oh, I'm not the one to be getting loud with like that. Like, you can't be jumping in my face, storming in my room, doing the most. I agree. Can Natalie do that with everybody? You can't do that to everybody. Like, somebody gonna punch you in your face. Like, come on now. That's when Natalie's like, oh, I never happy for Christina, but the problem was my makeup artist said that you didn't pay him, and that's a problem. You gotta pay him the money. And Christina was like, oh, he probably just told you, oh, I paid him a little late and you dragged it. And then like, oh no, he didn't say that. Oh, he said you didn't pay him. And I'm just like, okay, did Christina pay him or not? Like, I'm so confused at this point. Like, did she pay him or not? Did she pay him, leave him alone? Like, shut up now. That's when Janelle asked her 2 cents. She's like, oh, I just feel like they both were angry at each other, and that's when it escalated. And I'm just like, yeah, kind of like the obvious. Like, why would you say that, Janelle? Like, that's obviously what happened. That's when Natalie mentioned a lot that Christina had did talking about Natalie's daughter. So then they play a clip of that. And the first clip they showed, basically Christina was saying, oh, that she gonna F Natalie up. So that's when they were like, okay, where's the daughter part, where's the daughter part? Then Natalie's like, oh no, go get the daughter part. Go Google it, go search it up on YouTube, don't play with me. Look at her with my daughter. Like, she just got mad. She walked up the stage, she's like, oh, I'm not playing these games. This is billionaire pussy. Like she's just doing too much. You know, Natalie just always wanna do the most. So then I guess they finally find the clip and they bring it up and they're like, basically Christina was saying, oh, your daughter not gonna have nobody to look up to and shit like that. And then Natalie's like, oh, see, but when it's me, it's, you act like it don't matter, bro, and it's dumb, it's a big deal. That's when Christina was like, oh, I said what I said, and then she stood up. Natalie was like, oh, when I talked about 6 with the big problem, when I talked about my child, like nobody cares. I don't know, she's kind of right, but she's wrong. Like, that's 7 in you, that's not you and Christina. Like, don't compare the two. That's when Christina, she walks over to Natalie. That's when Jason moves out the way. He's like, oh, y'all better fight. Well, it's my family, I fight. I need to see some hand, I need to see some action. I'm like, Jason, shut up. Like, oh my god, I really hate when men get in like girls drama like that. Like, if it was Tamar, like, but Jason, like, you're a man, like, why are you doing all that for? Christina was actually woman enough to apologize, like, you know, that's wrong of me. I should not bring up your child between me and you. And I respect that. Like, she knew she was wrong. That's when they go into Tanisha versus Natalie. I don't understand the Tanisha versus Natalie thing. Like, the fake emails, whether they're fake or not. Like, I'm still confused about it. Like, what the fuck? So Tanisha was like, oh, I got emails from somebody, and when I tracked it back, it said it's from the Bay Area. Basically, I guess somebody was saying that they gonna hang Tanisha's son, kill Tanisha, Tanisha's fat, like, just horrible stuff. And I'm just like, from the Bay kind of does sound sus. Like, I could be Natalie, but Natalie's like, oh, it's not me. So I don't know, like, plus we all know Tanisha and Natalie's beef be fake a lot of the times anyway. That's probably like some fake. Tanisha probably wrote herself them emails. Like, we don't know that. Like, come on. Then Tanisha's like, oh, I know Natalie don't love me. Like, she's always hating on me. Every time Baddies Club get brought up, my name gets brought up, and she hates that. Tanisha's like, oh, I made my mark. I was on the season 2, you was on season 4. Like, I've been here before you. Like, I made my mark. I set the tone for Baddies Club. I ain't gonna lie, Tanisha did make her mark. Like, season 2 was relevant because of her. Like, I'll definitely give her that. Honestly, at this point, the argument is just tired. Like, I don't care no more. That's when Mehgan's like, oh, nobody's being real. Y'all all talking shit for the union, but now we all here, like, everybody's acting different. I definitely agree with what Mehgan said, because before the union, I was on everybody's lives being nosy. I was saying, oh, I'm gonna F Natalie up, I'm gonna curse out Janelle, but like at the reunion, everybody's kind of like quiet, not really doing the most. Like I said, y'all was gonna do. Then Tamar interjected, she's like, oh, black women always want to fight, but we can't get along and just talk it out. She just goes on with a whole rampage, a whole speech. Megan's like, oh, I didn't say we should fight, but let's be real, let's be real. And I'm just like, Tamar, you're a host. Like, why you act like a cast member? Like, just pipe it down a lot. That's when Sydney jumps up and she, like, stumps over to she's like, I'm gonna bust your ass right now. She's like, oh, I'm just playing. She starts laughing. She goes sit down. And I'm just like, ha ha, bye. And was like, oh, I'm proud of everybody being calm and not get out of character. I'm like, okay. That's when Sydney's like, oh, Christina, you see you gonna Molly whoop Janelle and whoop her ass. And I'm just like, Christina did say that though. But Christina just sat there, like, she didn't do anything, she didn't say nothing. So I guess in the midst of that, I guess Judy asked Natalie for the vape, but Natalie said no, but she gave the vape to Mehgan. So then Judy gets sad. She's like, oh, why you always do that to me? Like, why you always playing me like that? Then Natalie's like, oh, what? She's like, oh, I asked for the vape. She's like, no. She then goes on. She's like, oh, I feel like Natalie hates me. And then Natalie's like, oh, Judy, I'm tired of babysitting you. It's getting old now. It's tiring. It's a lot. She's like, oh, I had to bail you out of jail. Like, I put you on the show. Like, what else can I do for you? If you remember earlier on the show, Tanisha was like, oh, that Judy needs her own room away from Sydney. And then Natalie was like, oh, why does she need her own room? And then Tanisha was like, oh, her parents died. Like, she needs a break. And then Natalie's like, oh, that's not what that excuse, which was kind of hurtful. Like, why would you say that? Like, that's not an excuse. Like, that's a valid reason. And then Judy's like, oh, you hurt my feelings when you say that. And Judy starts crying. Like, I feel bad. Like, that's her parents. Like, both her parents are gone. Like, come on now. That's when Natalie jumped off. She's like, oh, Judy, I always got your back. When your parents passed away, I brought you flowers. I sent flowers to your house. Don't be lying on me. Don't be lying on me. She just starts going off. I'm just like, Natalie, sit your ass down. Then Sam was like, oh, that's what Judy's talking about. Like, you always doing that to her, but don't do that to nobody else. And I'm just like, yeah, Seven, like, thank you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Natalie? That's when Seven was like, oh, like, we all have our time, but Natalie just does too much. I'm just like, that's true. Like, she does that all the time. Then Judy's still crying. She's like, oh, you asked me to be on the show. I didn't have to be here. And Natalie's like, oh, I thought you and Sydney were friends. That's why I put you in a room together. Then Sydney's like, oh, I haven't talked to Judy in 2 years. And that's when Judy's like, oh, we talking before the show happened. I'm just like, I don't know who's lying. It's just flip-floppy. I can't. That's when Judy's like, oh, can I get a hug? Then Jason was like, no. And I'm just like, she's asking Sydney for a hug. How the heck you want to say no? Like, shut that F up, Jason. Sydney and Judy start arguing again. Judy calls Sydney a man. That's when she's like, that's what I'm talking about. You're disrespectful. I can't take you. And then she throws a pillow at Judy. Then Tanisha was like, oh, Judy, why you can't take the fact that she's a woman? That's when Judy was like, oh, like, she be calling Janelle a trans. Are you delusional? And I don't know, the delusional part was so funny. I'm just like, that's true. Like, she be calling Janelle a man, saying that she got a penis, but like, when it's hers, oh, you're transphobic to that. Like, no, y'all can't pick and choose. Like, gotta be fair, 50-50. That's when Judy's like, oh, Jason's fired. And Jason's like, oh, don't come at me because all these girls come at you and you don't do nothing, so don't come at me. He's like, oh, Judy, I will read you up and down, starting from your dress. And then Judy's there. She's like, oh, I look good, I look good. The argument was stupid. That's it, man. It's like, oh, I just want to say that Janelle doesn't sell Gucci. I'm just like, okay. So that's when it's time to wrap the reunion up. Thank you guys, it was my time anyway. So I didn't Mehgan. Mehgan said that she wants everybody to win and be successful. That's good. And then that's when Janelle, or this is Christina, she was like, oh, that the comment about the drugs, you should have just talked to me about it like over the phone instead of going to social media. Judy's like, oh, life is short, guys. We gotta live it to the fullest. You know, her parents died. Sydney apologized to Tamar. Tamar accepted it. Seven feels like everybody on the show is crazy, but like she enjoyed the show, I guess. Christina said she's proud of herself for not fighting, as she should be, because Christina was fighting along season 9. I like apologize to Christina. Christina didn't really accept it. She was like, oh, don't talk about me. Like, don't be on Instagram the next day talking about me. Like, I don't care about you. And I didn't say nothing. I was weak. Tanisha felt like she could have did better as an EP and make the show better, but you know, it is what it is. Natalie said that she thinks everybody can help him with the Zeus project. She thinks everybody, like the cast individually. And basically, Natalie, she just gives like a thanks and like a shout out to everybody on the cast for like being a part of the project, and that was basically the end of that. I did not like the reunion at all. I felt like it was boring. I mean, of course it's boring. Like the show was boring, but I thought they were gonna fight the reunion, but they didn't do that. So it is what it is. So I'm finally done with this whole season 1 review. So thanks for watching. Bye.